AM 970 WSTX.
All right. It's that time again. Super Thursday. Great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent Thursday here with Reflections on WSTX AM 970. All right. Good morning, world. Bring it closer to home. Good morning, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John. Good morning to the whole Caribbean, South America, going down under. All right. Good morning, Europe, Africa, all the way up into the Netherlands. Good morning. Good morning, U.S., Canada, all the way up to my friends up there in Alaska. Hey, I'd visit, but for a very, very short time. Okay, all right. Anyhow, if you need me to box up some sunshine, let me know and we'll see what we could do. Wow, we have so much to be thankful for on this wonderful Thursday. And of course, you know, it starts with Thursday. So when you hear my good friend Doc Peterson come in Friday and say, well, it ain't Friday till I say it's Friday, he counting on the fact that, hey, it starts with Thursday. All right, lots of things going on here in these great Virgin Islands. Lots of interesting things going on. And, of course, we'll talk about a few of those things. We're expecting some call-ins from some folks who are traveling but have good things to talk about what relates to these Virgin Islands, and we'll see if that pans out accordingly, and we'll move according to how we need to move here. But I want to talk about some other things going on in the community, some of which I might have to cross the negative bridge, but I always know when we get on a negative bridge is to get to the other side where the positivity continues. Okay? All right. Well, the other day I was going down to the Sunny Isle Road there, heading toward the stoplight. And on the side of the road, there was a lady who was picking up trash and cans and whatever. And I rolled down my window and I said, thank you for what you're doing. All right. She was quite humble in her response to me. All right. And I said, that's okay. I thanking you because you're making a difference. Okay. I don't care if there's a added benefit because you also get the cans and you get to ultimately cash in the cans for whatever organization you're working with. That's not the point. The point is you're doing something that's very much worthwhile and beneficial to the community in general. Okay? Now, the sad thing is, the next day when I passed by, the place full of trash again. Okay? Now, earlier this week, the governor was here in the studio, and one of the things that he talked about was an initiative to put a value on these bottles, plastic bottles, possibly, I don't know if there's going to be any change on the cans. There's already a value for the cans. All right. And I think that that is one of these no-brainer things that you want to know why we didn't do it before. I want to know why we didn't do it before. And I'm saying that as part of the we. Okay? I ain't saying I, I say we. Because it's something that just needs to be done. The bottom line is when things have a money value, all kinds of people take an interest in it. And you want to trade down, they're going to pick it up. Because now it has a value. Now, to paraphrase, the good governor also said that in terms of complaining, you can't complain about it if you're putting it there. In other words, don't go and travel to the States and go to some suburb where everything is nice and neat and the grass is cut and it looks so nice and pretty, and come back home and tell us about how it look and this place look like this. It looks how we have it. We have to take the initiative and take care of our St. Croix. That's all it is. We've got to do it. Okay? And in many ways, we are doing it, but there's some ways that we are falling short as a community, because you still drive down the road and you see the Pueblo bag tie up and throw out on the side of the road. Now the person went to all the trouble to put the trash in a bag, tie it up, or going down the road, rather than just drive in the convenience center and throw it in the dumpster. They throw it out on the side of the road. I mean, if it's out on the side of the road going towards public works, and right down the road, down the corner, is the convenience center, you want to know, well, what are people thinking? So we have to deal with that in ourselves as how we teach our children. Are they being taught? They're being taught something, because, no instruction is a form of instruction. So if you leave it like that, if you give your children the Capri Sun and they tear off the plastic that has in the straw, pull out the straw and then just throw down the plastic on the ground, and you see them do it and you don't talk to them, that don't talk to them is a form of instructing them that, hey, it's okay, it's all right. So it comes back to us, all right? Now, I want to commend the organizations I am aware of that are out there publicly promoting cleaning up. We've got Clean Sweep Frederiksted out of Frederiksted with Virginia Clairmont and the whole crew of volunteers, okay? Virginia Clairmont is just a name, because really all the volunteers that come out is really who make up Clean Sweep Frederiksted and make Clean Sweep Frederiksted effective, okay? Then we have Clean Up St. Croix, and their focus in a lot of ways have been toward beaches, but they also do inland areas also. And I want to give kudos to them for the work that they're doing. Nobody's paying them, they just love the place, okay? So get your face out there loving the place and help them clean up. Then we have Christiansted Community Alliance, and we see back there in October when they had that nice big cleanup here in Christiansted, and it was very, very effective, very, very uplifting for the place, and also helped to renew a lot of ties in the community. People know that people care, people talking to people. It was a great experience. So I'm looking forward to when we do the next one and the follow-up, as well as the social side of it, getting to meet new people. And hopefully eventually we'll get to where we're going to be having the man better man, woman better woman, neighborhood better neighborhood competition, and cooking this, that, or the other or something. They keep the continuity of community interaction going, because that's what's going to make the difference. It's about being a community, taking care of your community. So I just want to throw out a big up to those people who are volunteering their time, energies, and efforts, whether in these three organizations, meaning Clean Sweep Frederiksted, Clean Up St. Croix, and Christiansted Community Alliance, or on your own initiative. We love you. Keep it up. Hey, this is our St. Croix, our beautiful St. Croix, and anybody who's doing stuff to make it better, hey, we love you. All right? And of course, the most important thing, let me slow down here. Be a part of the solution. Just know that more often than not, when we complain, all we're doing is being part of the problem. Okay? All right. So we want to be part of the solution. Let's get to what it is that we can do to make it better. All right. All right. I see that Clean Sweep Frederiksted is on the ball. Virginia Clairmont think she needed a change to go and feel some snow to better appreciate St. Croix. Okay, so but anyhow, the snow biter and she calling me anyhow. So I go send her the number so she can call us in a few. We've got our good friend Virginia, which one? I'm getting confused. Which one?
I given myself a new name. That's why I call myself Virginia Awesome.
Nice.
Virginia Awesome. All right, we got Virginia Awesome Clairmont on the phone here. Or I should say Virginia Clairmont awesome since she got a married name now.
Good
All
morning.
right.
How are you?
Oh, we're doing great. And
Good
yourself?
morning.
I'm well. You know where I am.
All right.
So it's nice up here, and it's not that cold. It was 55 degrees yesterday, so it was nice.
Well, you keep your nice up there,
Yeah,
okay?
that's all right. I did. My 68 and 92 degrees.
My 70 degrees is enough for me to have one comforter, okay?
Yeah.
70 degrees, and all of St. Croix pulling out the blankets, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Did you get a chance to listen to the governor's talk here on the station the other day?
You know what? No, I didn't. I'm a little disconnected right now. I came in, and then I've just sort of been, trying to catch up on seeing my babies and whatnot. But fill me in somewhat.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to just say that, and I'll rip it into an MP3 and send it to you, okay? Because I have the video, audio, so I can send you that. But
I do know, though, that it was, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I do know that, someone told me he mentioned our litter problem, I was very happy about.
I'm going to tell you that he mentioned it. That's what I wanted to tell you. He mentioned that, and he was very, very straightforward. You can't complain about what you threw down, first of all. Okay? And I say that not to embarrass or castigate or accuse anybody, because we as a community, those of us in the community who throw down trash, are burdening everybody in the community. But those people are part of the we. Okay? Those people also complain about how the place look. Those people will get on a plane and go someplace where they go to a nice manicured suburb area and come back and talk about how nice it look and talk bad about the place. But in reality, we are the stewards of St. Croix. We are the ones that have to take care of St. Croix. So he was very straightforward about that, and he's talking about initiatives to have fees put on the plastic bottles and on the bottles, because I think we already have it on the cans. But the bottom line is that all of a sudden, with these things having value, people are going to be less likely to throw them aside, and if they do, there are people who are going to make it a point to pick them up because now they have value. Okay?
Well, I hope so. I hope it really makes a difference. But there are the other kinds of trash, the styrofoam containers, the forks, knives, plastic bags,
I don't remember the styrofoam, but I'm coming to that because the move is to outlaw those plastic bags.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
He did talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. The move, that's also part of the discussion.
Yeah.
And just because you've always done something a certain kind of way, just because you've always lived a certain kind of way, don't mean it's a good way to be. And when you find that you're doing something that's detrimental to you, then you have to change your ways. One of the things that's happening, and my good friend Howard Forbes Jr. was on the show, you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were on there, and Julia was there also. And in talking with Howard and the things that he shared with me since then, one of the things that's happening is that they're finding a lot of plastic inside of the stomachs of fish and birds.
Yeah.
All right? And it's like they're doing, from time to time when they find birds that die, it doesn't look right, whatever, then they dissect it to see what's going on. The stomach full of plastic.
Full of plastic.
All right?
One of the things that we try to do when we talk to people about why it's important that, on the island, in the islands, to properly dispose of your trash is because, we rely on the ocean for our diet. Our fishermen go right out there and fish and bring that fish in. Well, we are poisoning our food. And I will have to say intentionally, because when you just carelessly throw stuff down on the ground, you are intentionally poisoning your food source. And we need to be more aware of how we treat our land, how we treat the ocean. Because there's a limited supply. It ain't endless. And when you intentionally kill off what you eat.
Well, part of it is education, part of it is home training, because the children who throwing down things, more often than not, they're not connected enough to say that they know the ramifications down the road. So bringing an education is critical. But Virginia, once upon a time, people used to take and throw diesel and tantan to kill the tantan, okay? And all the diesel were doing was poisoning the ground, all right? And they thought the tantan was a nuisance, all right? To the point where they are willing to endanger their survival or their children's survival and not having to have grandchildren with birth defects or whatever because we poison the ground and it come back through the food to poison us or otherwise debilitate us, all right? So I'm saying that it's going to have education, it's going to have home training changes, attitude changes, the whole 9 yards, but they have to start from the top down, the governor leading the way, okay?
Okay, I hear you, Doug, but I'll just go back to this for a minute because everything you said is right. But I'm like, if you're seeing with your eyes that your island is not clean, and it is very obvious, you know, I just think there's something wrong with that. I hear a lot of excuses. One of the primary excuses I hear is that it's the homeless people doing it.
No. Ain't got enough homeless. No. I mean, we have too many, but ain't got enough homeless for what's going on here.
But that's the number one excuse I hear. Oh, it's the homeless people I'm doing, and I'm like, no, it's not the homeless people. And then they say some other offensive things about why it happens. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to start a debate here. But what I have to say to people is like, ain't anybody else. It's you. You are responsible. I have seen folks throw down stuff, and when I said, hey, you threw that down, I didn't throw that down. Because they've become so used to just tossing whatever is in their hand. It's an unconscious act, and it's never them. It's always somebody else. And I'm going to say to the community, it's all of us, because if you see it and you don't pick it up, it's you. Even if you didn't put it there, this is our home. This is our bread and butter. When you have a literate community, you diminish the value of where you live. The economic possibilities for us are diminished, meaning folks won't want to come here and start any kind of business because if it's not appealing to their eyes, why should I invest my money here? And we need to start thinking critically about how we treat this place and how this place looks visually. Because I can tell you, when I got off the plane and drove through Washington, D.C., I didn't see a bit of trash in a highly densely populated area. Not a piece of trash. Why we can't take better care of our island here? I mean, there.
Yeah. All right. Well, how far is it? Yeah, I hear you. I'm just saying that you mentioned something that is going on, which is that it is unconscious. People are doing things unconsciously. Okay. Hold on a second here. Let me see. Oh, hold on a second. If I lose you, call back. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Good day, WSTX. May I help?
Good day, Mr. Canton. How are you? Have a lovely lady there speaking a lot of sense.
Yes. And I'm going to get my engineer here so I could get her and you both on at the same time. But
you know what you call that? What she's talking about, I call it infrastructural activism.
Yeah.
The thing is, young lady, she's in the States, right?
Yeah, well, she's here, but she just happened to run away for a quick minute to catch the cold.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you something. I am saying this, right? The lady, I don't know you, and maybe I know you.
Well, it's Virginia Clairmont, and she's from Frederiksted. Remember we were talking about the Christian-Sted Community Alliance and the cleanups in Croix?
Yes,
and she's with the Clean Sweep Frederiksted folks in Frederiksted doing the cleanup.
Well, let me tell you something. I was doing a one-man job, my dear, for years, with the cleanup of my particular area, which is Christian-Sted. But my immediate area would be there by Croix, by the seaplane, and down on the green space, down that way, and across some red brick, and around the gutters, and pushing to get this place cleaned. Because I have done some jobs with the Bureau of Economic Research, and I have surveyed tourists. And the tourists the tourists come and they tell us when we make them fill the application, ask them how they like the place, and they fill out a whole bunch of stuff and so how much money they spend. The tourists claim that it's a lovely island, but it's dirty. Do you remember when Pam Richards, Mr. Canton, you remember when Pamela Richards, she was commissioner of Labor? What she was commissioner of?
The commissioner of tourism, and she was castigated because she
definitely, yes.
Yeah, she mentioned
because she made the statement about the cleanliness. The place is nasty.
Right.
She said it didn't know in certain terms. That's the terms that people understand. And I like what Governor Mapp said. I was glad that he said it because it's like, you know, you go and clean an area, right? I brought in a group of young people, they're Caucasian people, and they call themselves Youth with a Mission. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Yes, Youth with a Mission.
They come by and clean, help us clean down to the beach area there where they dump everything, except including the kitchen sink. And the guys and the girls came, clean the area. A few years down the road, they came about 3 times. And we got a bin from Public Works.
Okay.
And you know, it was instead of these people keep the place clean, that they could have a nice little beach area that they could go. You know what they do? When they go down there and throw their parties or whatever they do, they trash the beach, they trash the area.
Hey.
And I make up my mind, I'm not going to call these people to come and clean this place again.
Well,
so I'm putting my sights on the little corner there by where the veteran at the corner there, with the veteran by Pal, and they name it off of a veteran. And I'm saying, well, look at this. This is a disgrace to this man's name. The little gut there full of all kind of thing, a little gutter. And I said to myself, maybe you should go and clean it.
Okay, Miss Bass, time running out here on me, but I
you
want
go
to
ahead
bring
and I listen
Virginia
to the
back
lady.
in.
Tell us that she's doing a wonderful informational thing that she's doing there. We have to take pride in where we live and love where we live if we say we love it.
Okay, great.
I'll be listening.
Okay, then. All right. Virginia?
I'm still here.
Yeah, good. No, yeah, I was trying to get you in, but I didn't think you were picking up the cue because I had both of you there for a moment. Okay, anyhow, no problem. The important thing is that you heard what she had to say.
Well, you know, I want to piggyback on something really quick, and I know you're running out of time. And she said something about a former commissioner who just called out that we had a litter problem. Well, you know, I do know that the governor, and this was said to me, that the governor had some people from Disney who played tourists and, you know, had the island experience. And you better believe that's one of the things that they said to him, which is why they're now moving on this type of initiative that he's talking about. Because I'm sure they said, we have too much trash, there's too much litter, you know, to make for an aesthetically pleasing experience for people who come to our island. And I'm glad, you know, that he actually pushed that forward because, you know, it needs to be said. Just like you called out folks for, you know, the not being ADA compliant, we need to give voice to that. This is a very serious social problem that we have here with our litter problem is a very serious social problem.
All right. Yeah. Well, we're working on it, and as long as folks like yourself and myself and Cecily are out here blowing the conch shell, you know, people can't say they didn't hear, they didn't know. So we just have to keep on with our activism and fire up the community to jump on board and get involved, because all those people who are there thinking this free plastic bag, well, those plastic bags take so long to deteriorate. They get in the fish, they get on the turtle, and the turtle suffocate. All these other things that we have to be thinking about. So it's time to change, to do something better, not change to break culture, because trash ain't our culture. This is change that take us back closer to our ancestors, because trash is not what our ancestors were about. It was about building great empires and great edifices and great culture. And we need to stop having these little lies that kind of help us to do things we know aren't right. Now,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I really appreciate what you're doing and what Julia is doing with Clean Up St. Croix and the folks for Clean Sweep.
Community Alliance.
Community Alliance, okay? Anyhow, we are literally on Robert's time now. Good. All right. I think I lost Virginia. Virginia, forgive me, but we had a real good conversation, and it's getting close to that time, and you know, I don't want to impose too much here on the time here for Robert and everything else, but Any last words for the day?
No, I mean, when I had a couple days ago on Tuesday, I was down the road going by Plaza Extra West, and man, if you see the amount of garbage that is there on the road is ridiculous. So now it's time, we need to clean up the island.
Yeah. Well, the bottom line is we are stewards of our community, and we have to take charge of our community. No more excuses, all right? Even in front of your house, pick up the trash. I got folks out there and they acting like somehow the other public works supposed to come by there 7 days a week and check right in front. And I'm calling out to the businesses. Businesses, adopt the sidewalk and area there. Keep it clean, keep it cut, keep it nice. It's part of being a great community citizen, a great corporate citizen. Businesses, I'm sure you can take up that slack and do your part in the process. So together, we're going to get there. It's been a great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent Thursday. I think we've laid a great foundation for Friday. All right.
And Saturday too.
Okay, folks, so we'll be back next Thursday.
Good.